Thank you for clicking Dr. Samurai channel. In this video, I would like to discuss multiple suicide and attempted suicides that have been happening at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Professionally speculate the true reason why these sad incident has been happening on this campus. My name is Dr. Samurai. I am a professor specialized in international social pathology and also an active prison counselor of 20 years experience. I'm hoping this video would deepen your understanding of what is happening in today's society for you to attain true happiness on this planet Earth. As usual, I would like to provide you brief general information first, and then like to move on to our main discussions in the latter half. Are you ready? Okay, let's start. So, according to an article, UNC Chapel Hill campus mourns suicide and attempted suicide of 2 students over the weekend. Written by Mr. Alex Findes for World Socialist website wsws.org. According to the article, it says, due to a suicide and attempted suicide over weekend, UNC Chapel Hill canceled classes on Tuesday. One student found dead in a residence hall on Saturday morning, while campus police received a phone call about an attempted suicide on Sunday. Not only that, these 2 events follow another suicide on September 4th and attempted suicide on September 22nd. Since the beginning of this semester, they have 3 suicides and 6 close calls. And the university chancellor says we are in the middle of a mental health crisis, both on their campus and across our nation. And we are aware that college-age students carry an increased risk of suicide. I would like to go further than that. Oh, if you like this kind of discussions, please click that green and yellow good luck charm logo, because I would love to share these serious social issues with you continuously. So, University Chancellor is pretty much saying this is due to a special mentality among the college students. But student side had totally different views on why these sad incidents being continuously happening. One student clearly described a stress culture where students are encouraged by the university to push themselves to the point of having a breakdown, meaning a high academic pressure. Parallel to that, another student says these 2 incidents happened on Saturday and Sunday. But in spite of that fact, to tell students to go to class on Monday, and then next day classes are canceled because of the university day, and students are supposed to mourn those incidents. This student says it is absolutely disgusting. He goes, Tuesday is university day, so a number of classes were already canceled beforehand. They chose the easiest solution. What message are you sending to students by refusing to cancel class on Monday? The very next day to the days these incidents happened. So suicide and attempted suicide happened on Saturday and Sunday. Monday, they go to classes. And then one day after, they are allowed to mourn. These students are pointing out this is absolutely unreasonable. Another student says it's very common to see students crying around campus, libraries, on the way to class, in the dining hall. It's becoming evident to me that majority of my peers are struggling right now. There's a prominent sense of grief right now. And also, student government leaders voiced their frustration that we are not machines with on and off switches. And I don't care what you are not allowed to do. We are students, and we need a break. And another student voiced that the pandemic is still actively booming, and that isolation and the fear of contracting or spreading the virus is an all-time high. Action needs to be taken, and the administration needs to start prioritizing the mental health of students, viewing us students as people instead of a source of revenue. This is pretty much the general information here. So how do we analyze all this? We can tell the Chancellor's speech clearly does not point to the true reason of why only on this campus all these sad incidents are happening. When we listen to what the students have to say, in addition to the continuous negative influence of the corona pandemic on students' mental health, like isolation and fear of contracting and fear of spreading the virus, to them it seems that university sides don't actually care about how students are feeling. Putting class schedules before mourning these sad incidents of 3 suicides and 6 attempted suicides on the same one campus. The fact that there are so many of these cases happening means there's gotta be a solid reason, seeing the same things have not been happening on other campuses. And based upon the information by students, I speculate the reason is high academic pressure on students and highly business-like management of the students, which do not really care about feelings on student side. The school side and student side are clearly split, we could see. And we could also see, in spite of corona pandemic and all these suicide-related incidents, they are just trying to proceed with what they planned academically in advance. That is the very reason why all these things are happening. In a nutshell, long isolation and strong fear for the virus put UNC students highly vulnerable psychologically. but ignoring all those vulnerability of students that they could have seen. They ignored it and just pushed through their academic plan. As one student told, they are feeling like just being a source of school's revenue, like a merchandise or something. In spite of all this vulnerability, in short, students are pressed down to study as usual, which could be higher than other universities. Those my friends who attended college may still remember how difficult it was to pass each class at the university, like English 101 and American history and all those sociology and so on, which require us to read this thick textbook in addition to the other subtexts, which could be more than one, and they have quizzes all the time and midterm and finals and so on. It is a very hard business for students to graduate four-year college. And seeing that they even set the classes right after suicide incidents. Each school has its own unique school spirit, which continues regardless of the changes of school staff and teachers and years. That school spirit is something which is established and keeps going independently, like one whole big individual. Each school has their own personality, I am saying. And I could see this UNC is pushing probably harder than other schools. 3 students who died and 6 students who was close to death. It was an alarm sign that students' psychology, students' mental state could not keep up with the school's academic plan. But they just kept going, ignoring those danger signals. This is a core reason of why all these things have been happening only on this campus. I speculate. And today's value is outside of this incident on UNC campus. All human business, after all, come down to communication between human and human. You know, it is not the machine. Like you cannot go forward on a textbook at the same pace from the beginning to the end, because at the beginning students do not have any basic ideas. So we got to go slow for them to get used to how we proceed in our classes. And when we hit the difficult sections, we also have to slow down our pace. It's all communications. And we always have to be careful about the other party if we really want to have substantial advancement on business. In other words, flexibility to adjust our behaviors and pace, looking at how the other party are reacting and responding. Without this, we cannot advance on anything for real. That's what I like to say. If you really care about the real progress that we can rely on, we always have to be careful about how the other party is reacting. This is today's value. And when you get back to your everyday life, please think about this in your business or in your family life. Wherever you are, my friend, on this same small planet Earth during this miraculously short period of time. Okay, thank you very much, and bye-bye now.